Why is therapy so expensive? Speech, occupational, behavioral.
Thank you so much.
This is more than my car
Zach.
note.
Okay.
And what about Karen's child? Double. Double child support? And how much is school gonna cost me?
I can handle my school myself, thank you.
Oh, I gotta get my paper up.
Nah, Zach, I mean, 1 minute you talking about, oh, two of everything, two sets of clothes, double the diapers, oh, little Corvette swings and everything for the twins. Nah, man, that went flying out the window. That went flying out the window because now, between all the different variations of therapy, speech, behavioral classes that Michael has to take, because I'm going to say he's underdeveloped. I don't know exactly if he does have, like, any sort of mental disorder, but I do feel like it's the fact that Heather was such a neglectful parent that Michael is like 3 years old, and so let's just say he's in close. He's almost 4 years old. I just want to say that we do know for a fact he's at least three, but I'm just going to say there have been a number of months that have passed in the show since he was introduced, so he might be coming up on 4 sooner than later. But regardless, despite being that age, he hasn't developed certain motor skills like potty train, being able to speak, and things of that nature. Because what did Heather say? Oh, he just a little slow. Well, no, you actually did a crappy job as a parent, and this kid doesn't have the skills he needs to function at that age, correctly. So that's why it's going to take some extra help. I mean, at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if little Michael does say his first words. But yeah, all this stuff is adding up. And like I said, it's just crazy. I mean, like Zach, and 1 minute you just, oh, I'm so excited, those are my kids, but it's like, are you still feeling that way now? Are you still feeling that way now? And he lists off all the various things, and how much is this school going to cost, and then what about Karen and her baby? Double child support. Zach is in some hot water here. He really is. So the question is, what's going on with the money? Now, in a separate video, I talked about how I don't think Zach is having financial issues. It's just that he found himself in a situation where he got hit with a lot at once. I mean, as adamant as he was about getting child support, as adamant as he was about getting custody of Michael, he seems to have failed to realize all that comes with it. Not just being a father, but the fact that there's a lot of money that goes into raising a child. And on top of that, it's the fact that there's a lot more to this than he thought. I mean, even that little moment where he wanted to go out with the boys, it's like Fatima's like, no, I got class. You got to stay with Michael. I mean, it's what he was telling, wait a minute. Go back a few episodes. I think this is when she talked with Angela when she was coloring in the book about how, now what's going to happen what's going to happen? Angela's like, one of us needs to go, or both of us need to go somewhere. And then it's like, we got to decide who has to stay with Michael, that kind of thing. All that's going to shift. I mean, it just changes the game. But yeah, I will say this much. I think however much money Zach put into Gary's hands, because, him being a hedge fund manager and whatnot, it must have been a sizable amount given the fact that he wants to take some, if not all, the money from he gave to Gary, because he needs to, be able to pay for all this stuff that's going down in his life right now. And I do feel like it's one of those things where all these things happen at once and they make a major dent in Zach's bank account. So he has to kind of bounce back from it. So I don't think Zach is broke by any means. It's just that he needs to come up with a lot of money to, offset the various charges he's dealing with right now. Not legal, I'm talking about financial. And even though, he was at one point a millionaire, keep in mind the cars, the clothes, the what do you call it? Is it a duplex? Is that the name of the building he's in, where he has one side and he rents out the other? And I think something else people need to keep in mind, even though we don't know the expenses, he probably spent a good amount of money on the attorney side of things for Andy and whatnot, basically the legal side of getting custody of Michael was a lot. And he tried to throw in Fatima's school bill, but you know, it was like, no, don't worry about me. I got my school. And I think that's a good thing. That way she maintains her independence there. That way it's like, you know, if her and Zach have a falling out, it's not like he could say he had anything to do with her getting that degree. It's like, no, I paid for that myself. But we do know at some point, you know, he will have a nanny. So Michael will be in good hands, hopefully, but who knows? So with that being said, do you think Zach can bounce back from these money issues, or are things just, you know, going to pile up to the point where he's going to fall apart? Because a lot of his money is in stocks, Rise Ventures, and things of that nature. So again, Zach is not broke. It's just that he has a lot of assets and his money is kind of tied up in other things right now. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully he doesn't find himself in a situation where he's going to be like Karen on the verge of bankruptcy. But for his sake now, he better hope he's not the father of one or both of them twins, because good Lord, it's going to be something else.